When you fall off the top 30 list, like where was your head at those days? Did that matter to you at all?
I was kind of glad it happened.
Oh, really?
Because I felt like I didn't deserve to be there. I didn't earn it. And I'm a guy that I want to earn the flowers that I'm given to. But if I'm there, it's because I want to deserve to be there and because I've earned it.
Sitting down in the Beak Box with Joshua Baez today. Josh, we want to go through your career, your life, and learn a little bit more about you and your path here to Springfield. So we got to start all the way back in the beginning, man. I know that a lot of moving around as a kid. You were born in Boston here in the States, then moved to the Dominican Republic. What was it like going through all that? What was childhood like for you, man?
Yeah, so born in Boston, went to the DR 21 days after I was born, and spent really the rest, like 10 years of my life in the DR, going to school, being a regular citizen over there. And then my mom decides, hey, we're going to move back to Boston in 6th grade. And we just kind of take off back. And it was really hard. But I kind of got used to it, and we kind of just embraced it and learned how to adapt. But it's been a fun ride for sure.
Yeah. Because you weren't even speaking English, right? Because you were so 3 weeks old making that trip. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had no idea of any English. So like it was hard to make friends, to learn the content in school. Just a really tough time.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, I moved like cities
Yeah.
when I was like 9, and that was hard enough. So I can't even imagine like the language barrier, the culture barrier, like all that stuff's crazy. You're the first guy. I mean, yes, born in the States, but grew up in outside of the U.S. that we've actually had on the show. So this is kind of the first time we get a chance to talk a little bit about out-of-country baseball. So what's youth baseball like for you growing up in the Dominican Republic?
So I started playing baseball late. When I was about 9.5, my mom says, hey, like, we're going to take you out the house. Because I was literally just going to school and just watching TV. And we go to the baseball field, and there's like 50 plus just Dominican kids just running around playing baseball. And I'm like, oh, my God, I'm so nervous. Like, I don't want to go outside. And that was the first day. The second day, I told my mom, hey, let's go back to the field. And over there, it's just baseball every single day. It's hot, so we play from the afternoon all the way to like the nighttime. And games are more passionate, I guess, more loud, more rowdy. Kids are really advanced over there when they're from probably like 7 years old. They're pretty much just playing baseball every single day. So it was really fun. I had a tough time my first year and a half. I kind of struck out probably every single at bat because I was afraid of the ball. So I would kind of like bounce back because I thought the ball was going to hit me. So that's been the process all these years.
There's two things I want to jump into. First, let's talk about being scared of the ball. Was that mostly because you hadn't played before and like everybody else had been playing for years?
I had never played. I had never grabbed a glove. I had never thrown a ball. So they made me do these exercises with a band to fix my arm motion. And I would do them like 200 times a day to just learn how to throw. And just going from scratch, like baseball 101. It was really hard.
And obviously we know that just outside of the U.S., baseball's so different around the world. We really learned that in the World Baseball Classic, obviously. But, like, you're saying like it's rowdy. Like, is it rowdy for, like, 9-year-olds already? Going for it?
Oh, yeah. Like, they get loud. It's fun. Like, they're cheering for you every single at bat. Like, kids are cheering for each other. And over there, it's just really passionate. Like, it's in their blood.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. Took you a while, but do you remember your first home run?
First home run, in Little League or Big Diamond?
Or, well, just any home run. Like, I guess not if you're just running because they missed the ball. But
yeah, so in the DR, I had a couple inside the parkers because we play in big fields, like softball fields, and Bob would get back and I would run around the bases. But my first home run was when I came to the States when I was 11 years old. And they handed me these Mako bats, like the orange Mako bats.
Oh, yeah, classic.
And it would just sound... And I would literally touch the ball, and the fields here are like about 195 feet all around. So I got here, and I touched the ball, and the ball was just flying. And I'm like, wow. Like this is going to happen a bunch of times. And it went to happen a bunch of times to happen over and over and over. And I think my first year I had like 25, 30 home runs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that orange Mako is a banger. That's a classic. Yeah, we were using that in school too. So, so is that kind of the point for you that the power came in, or were you already kind of hitting some big ones in the DR?
So I was strong, tall kid, but skinny. The strength I got from my father, it was kind of passed down. Never really did any exercises. Like I was kind of just a lengthy kid who could hit the ball hard. So when I got here, the balls were just flying. So 11 and 12 years old, I was just hitting a bunch of home runs.
Yeah, so you're already feeling it at that point. When you're let's go twofold on this. So when you're first starting, 9 years old or whatever, like that's a pretty unique perspective because a lot of times when we talk to guys, they're playing at 4 or 5 years old already, and they don't really obviously remember it very much. But for you, already at 9, probably have some memories of it still. Like who were you looking to, like as influences or big leaguers that you were really interested in?
I wasn't watching any baseball.
Oh.
I was really just going to school, being a regular student, playing with my friends in recess, and then just coming home and just getting dressed and just going to the field. So that was kind of my life. My brother would take me to the field every single day, and like I would bug him like, hey, like take me to the field, like let's go, like I want to go. So like I would always want to show up early, and my mom would always pick me up late because I would stay after practice with a coach that was named Antonio, that he's still alive. He's in the DR. He was my first coach. So he taught me how to swing, how to play, and I would be in the cage every single night right after practice until like 10 p.m.
That's awesome, dude. So like when you get to the States then, and now baseball, like you're into it at this point, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't just like some little hobby. You're starting to really get into it. Is there any point where you start watching the big leagues at all, or even getting interested, or was it really just like something you like to play?
I just love to play. I didn't really like to watch. I love to play. I would be out there every single day, practice, just doing something. And I started watching baseball later on, maybe 14, 15. It was kind of like when I started getting into it. But for that age, like it was just fun.
Sure. I think that's fairly normal, honestly. It's a slower game, so it kind of takes a little more patience to watch. So when you first start, I imagine watching a lot of Red Sox games and stuff in the area you're living in here in the States. So like who are any of those guys sticking out to you? Like Big Papi, obviously, who's making a run at that point.
Big Papi was kind of like in his prime and, close to like retiring when I got back to Boston. So that would just be the noise going around town, just him doing really well and just us being proud of being Dominican and just him showing off and going off. It was just, so like I would just hear that. But I wasn't really into it. Like I wasn't going to Fenway as much. It was just kind of like the noise around.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just the world. Dexter Southfield, man, your high school. What was high school ball like for you? Obviously, the power's here. So, what was high school ball like for you?
I went to 3 different high schools.
Oh, okay.
My first one was Cristo Rey High School in Savin Hill in the inner city of Boston. That was a school that I kind of just got into, Catholic school. Wasn't really like a baseball school. Like I kind of didn't get like accepted to any school, so I kind of just went there. More like of a small private. Went there for my freshman year and sophomore year. My sophomore year, they didn't have enough players for a baseball team, so we had to collide with somebody else, and I didn't really want to do that, so I transferred over to another high school my sophomore year for my spring season, to Snowden International. There, we won the city championship. I was the MVP, and just went off that summer, and that's how I got Dexter Southfield for my junior year. Dexter was great. It's a really prestigious school, private school in Boston, just outside of Boston. I spent there junior and senior year. There I won a couple awards and had a great time for my last 2 years of high school.
So is that when it starts blowing up for you when you get out of the Catholic school, like your sophomore year? Is that when it's like, okay, this is turning into a thing a little bit?
Yeah. So like I kind of went to the Boston Public School then, to Snowden International. There we won the city championships, like noise starts getting around, blah, blah, blah. I'm the MVP. So, just word just starts going around. And that summer, I played travel ball for Beast Mode Prime in Georgia and for Boston Blue Jays. And I just keep hitting, man, and just doing well. And that's how the Dexter Southfield coach, we kind of got in contact with them, and they offered me a scholarship, and that's how I got to school.
Was it eye-opening for you to start seeing scouts showing up then, like especially considering your path not playing early and like all this power is coming in, you're starting to swing it and you're starting to win all these things. Like, was there a moment when you're a teenager starting to be like, oh my gosh, like there's people showing up to like watch me?
If I'm honest with you, I was just focused on the process of just working hard, of embracing every single moment and find a routine every single day to do, and to just to do it every single day. That kind of came later on, like my senior year, like 40, 50 scouts a game at my high school fields, coming to watch me play. There, I was kind of like, whoa, like, not that I was nervous, but I was kind of like, okay, like, I'm kind of like the word that's going around town and just have to stick to my game, like not paying much attention to them.
Yeah. To my understanding, you chose the draft over a full ride at Vanderbilt. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Was that a tough decision? Like, that's a obviously massive school, and to have a full ride there, what were those days like for you?
I was always going to school. From the time that they offered me a full scholarship in 2019 of my junior year, I was going to school all the way into the draft. It was just kind of something that was put on the table. I worked really hard for it, but I wasn't really like, okay, like if I get drafted, like I'm going automatically. No, like I wanted to, see like what was going to happen, because I wanted, like I already met Tim Corbin, the head coach. I had went to dinners with his family. My parents had been to Vanderbilt, my coaches. So I knew that Vanderbilt was going to be a great option for me and a great time for me to grow as a baseball player and just as a human being and a young man.
Were they the first one in on the process, or were there other schools that were trying to pry you away?
There were a lot of schools. There were more than 20 D1 schools that were really trying to get me into it. Yeah, it was crazy. Like it came quick. I was kind of surprised. Not surprised, but it just happened so fast. Yeah. It just kind of picked it up, and schools were calling me, trying to have meetings. 2020 came around, so like it was kind of Zoom calls, and it was just crazy.
A lot. Yeah. I imagine a lot of SECs.
Yeah, SECs. All the schools in the Northeast, bunch in the Florida area.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You're not unique to your experience. Obviously, we have a couple of guys that went to the draft and forego school and all that kind of stuff. And I know you can only speak to your experience, but we haven't really brought that up on this show before. Have you seen guys like, I don't know about necessarily saying regret, but like have second thoughts now that they're in the minors and obviously like the lower levels? It's not a glamorous like Vanderbilt experience, right? It's not a Mississippi experience or anything. So have you heard guys ever talk about like regretting going to the draft instead?
I feel like that's a tough one. It all depends on where you come from. The minor leagues is really tough early on. I was kind of smacked in the face when I first got drafted. Like, here comes pro ball, and it came really fast at me. Just a style of living. When I first got drafted, I had to pay for my house, and we were making, just from a salary point, just above $200 like every 2 weeks. So, like I'm thinking like, okay, like I got my bonus, like, okay, that's fine. But like, what about the other guys who don't really get paid as much? Like, how do they survive?
Yeah.
And like I would try to help as much as I could, to take them to like Walmart, just to help them around. But it's really tough at first. It definitely like depends, but like it definitely hits you like when you get drafted and you come into this world.
Yeah, it's thankfully gotten better.
Yeah.
At all levels. So yeah, I got to imagine some guys you have some second thoughts, especially if you have that big offer.
Pitch. Here's a line drive to right field, hanging in the air. Baez sliding down to a knee.
Let's talk about draft and development and everything, dude. Your path since foregoing Vandy and getting a chance to play pro ball. You drafted in 2021 and kind of immediately got hit with a wrist injury, right, in 22?
22, yeah. I broke my hamate bone in my left hand. Taking a swing, the first at bat when I got promoted to Palm Beach, low A. That was a tough one.
Yeah. How do you think that affected your development?
Well, it took some experience out, early on. My first full year, I was trying to learn and soak up, as much as I could and try to get as many at-bats as I could. And life just hits you, man. And you're out for 2.5 months and stuff
Yeah, because you only played like 30-something games, right?
Yeah, so I played an extended, which is kind of like an extended spring training for the month of April and for the month of May. And then I got promoted like mid-May to low A, so I was kind of going to affiliate ball for the first time, where like the bats matter. And yeah, I didn't really have many.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You come in and obviously you get the high second round pick and like all the hype in the world, like you said, you got all these scouts and all this stuff, and like immediately on the top 30 list, all this stuff is happening, right? And I got to imagine that's at a young age. You're like, okay, this is cool, like this is going well, but you know, the injury happens and you're probably developing not at the pace that you want. When you fall off the top 30 list, like where was your head at those days? Did that matter to you at all?
I was kind of glad it happened.
Oh, really?
Because I felt like I didn't deserve to be there. I didn't earn it. And I tell you, I didn't earn it because I didn't put up the numbers to be there. I kind of just got drafted and I was put there. And I'm a guy that I want to earn the flowers that I'm given to. And I was there, and those things happened. I felt like I didn't perform my best, you know, for whatever reason. But if I'm there, it's because I want to deserve to be there and because I've earned it.
That's interesting, because a lot of the guys that we talked to on this show, like they get on the list, they stay on the list, and then they move up, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of like just kind of been the pathway unintentionally of this show. But you're the first guy that we've talked to that's like been on and then have come off. So interesting in the weirdest way. But if you're saying that it was like, would you say it's a good thing that it happened, like for your development?
Not a good thing. I guess I just don't really look into that stuff.
Yeah.
Guys get put in there and they come off. Draft happens every year, so it's tough. Yeah. Guys get bumped into that. So if I'm not there, that's okay. I still have an opportunity here, and I give my best every single day, and
Sure.
that's what matters.
Yeah. What did you learn from those early struggles then? Like outside of the injury, but like when you're actually playing, what were you learning at that point?
Just learn how to take failure, learn how to battle, learn how to bounce back, be strong mentally, be tough, and that's kind of what you kind of pick up. I had success my whole life, and you kind of hit those rough patches, and you're kind of tested. So it just builds you tough.
Yeah. Does it feel like this is like a bit of a second chance? Do you view it that way?
Second chance, I wouldn't say a second chance. I would say more an opportunity, a continuous opportunity that they've given me, and a lot of patience from the org. Just understanding the kind of player that they drafted and that is still there. And I was just trying to get to that point where I could really show it to the world, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this season has been awesome to watch you play. Obviously in Peoria, you're doing great. Got here to Double-A, and things have been going well as well. Did you have any swing changes or anything, or was it just kind of go about my business and hopefully it works at some point, and it did?
Yeah, so we had a ton of swing changes, man. We kind of got drafted and bounced everywhere, trying to look for success, look for different things, try out different batting stances, loads, strides, and, kind of stepped out of who I was this offseason. Well, they took me to the development list last year, and we worked there at the end of July for about 2 weeks in the cage in Florida. And that was it was tough for me at first, but then I soaked it all in, and I was all in. And the year turned out great. I won a championship with low A. I got to, to feel I got to feel that feeling of success in real numbers. And it's been great this year. I continued to work in the off season. I went to Boston, worked with Johnny. Johnny is my hitting guy from Boston. Worked with Christian, John Taft, 5-tool Performance, which is the facility in Boston that I use, and we just carried it on, man, and staying healthy, and it's been going great. Has
that been, now that it's translated here to full season, and you've had a chance to play a couple of months now, has that been validating? You're just like, is it finally like monkey off the back, a little weight off the shoulder, that like, hey, all these things I've been working on for years to try and get to the level that I know I can be? Has that been validating for you?
It feels great. Yes. But, these adjustments have to be made every single day. These guys are coming at you with their best stuff, and you have to make adjustments. And it happens every single day. There's not a game where it's like, oh, this is easy. No, this is the battle. Every single pitch, every single at-bat.
Harris kicks, delivers. Baez swings and unloads. Watch out for the video board. That one deep and gone.
All right, Joshua, we got one last thing for you here on today's episode. This is the Cardinals Quickfire presented by the Springfield Daily Citizen. We do this every single episode, and it's just a whole bunch of low-hanging fruit, I guess. Some easy questions, some random questions that have nothing to do with each other, and we just rattle through them. So
okay.
Let's do the Quickfire, man. So I've seen you when you homer a couple of times now. When you round around first, you're doing this. You're doing the little truck horn. So what's that all about?
So that's for the bullpen. So, kind of, to fire them up and just to let them know that I'm, just appreciate them and that just, just for them,
Yeah. Yeah, because I have all last season, and this season and every season, like there's always a point. Nathan Church did the rock and roll. Like I've never seen that one, dude. That you? Did you invent that or?
The guys just kind of told me, hey, like if you hit a home run, do something to them, and I don't know. I just started doing this.
I love it, man. That's sick. What's the biggest difference between living in the Dominican Republic and living in Boston?
Whoa, food, culture, music. There's a lot, man. We can go on and on, but those are a few.
Yeah, big changes. Do you believe in ghosts?
Ghosts?
Ghosts.
Not really.
No. Never had a run-in? No haunted houses? No haunted apartment?
I've been to haunted houses. I love haunted houses, but no.
No. Okay, very cool. So this season, you hit a home run with a 114-mile-an-hour exit velo. Is that the hardest ball you've ever hit?
That has matched 114. I hit in rookie ball for my second home run in rookie ball. And in instructs in the DR, I hit 116 line drive right to shortstop.
But at instructs, so you were probably like, what, 19?
No, instructs, I was, I was 19, 2022 in November.
Okay,
yeah.
So there you go. So you're trying to get back to that 116
yeah,
plus now. Okay.
yeah, man. Just trying to get up there.
What is the best movie of all time?
I love the Titanic.
Titanic?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Wow. Would you say that's your favorite movie?
I love to watch it, and I can watch it every single night if I could.
That's a long movie to watch every night.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. It's a fantastic film. Are there any downsides to being 6'3" and 240 pounds?
Airplanes. Oh, man, they're so tough. My knees hurt so much. I can't move. I have to buy the exit row or be in the front of the plane, pay $100. Like, I don't like it, man. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, it's going to cost you every time. You ain't ever middle seating.
I have been, because when they book, like, your flights, like, sometimes, like, you're in the middle, and it's a long ride, and it's tough.
Yeah. What was watching TV like when you were 11 when you moved back to the United States? Like, what are there any cartoons that you're even able to watch?
I was just watching, not understanding anything. Sorry, just watching, just being entertained by what I was watching.
Yeah.
I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, I imagine. Like, were there Dominican programs, like Dominican kids shows when you were growing up there? Were you?
Yeah. Like they were like Dominican shows, but there were a lot of American shows that were translated into Spanish. So like I would watch Victoria's, Zoe, 101, all those shows.
Okay, so big Nickelodeon kid then. Nickelodeon DR.
Yeah.
How do you handle your haircuts?
Haircuts, I'm really picky with my hair. I have two barbers, one in Boston, one in Orlando. I had to get one here, but I try to, do it the same way every single time. Like, I don't want it to be any different, so I can feel really good every time.
Are you like an every week guy, every other week? You trim in between? How do you do all that?
The beard, I try to, fix it up if we're on the road myself, so I don't look too crazy. And then if we're going on the road, like I'll try to do it before we go on the road, just so like I look presentable.
Yeah, sweet. Well, we got a big road trip here. As this episode comes out, you'll be in a long roadie. So good luck. You used to bring it on the mound, to my understanding. So if given 1 week Can you get back on the mound and strike out a professional hitter?
1 week?
One
Give
week.
me one batter.
One like right now,
One.
like tonight.
I can go. That's always been my dream, to go back on the mound. We're winning by 10 runs, and they give me a batter, and I throw the first 254, and then I just blow 97 by them.
You think you can still bring
man.
97 right now?
I feel like I can bring 94, 95.
Wow.
I don't know 97 because we don't get clogged here and radared, but my arm feels really good right now, so I can throw.
Okay. All right, and this is our final question, man. We do this every single person that's coming in there has answered this, except for one. One pitcher, alive or dead, you have your chance to face off with, and the best opportunity to face that. So the best guy ever, show your best stuff. Who are you picking to face?
I'll go with Pedro Martinez.
That's a great one, dude.
Yes, I'll go with him, and I would love to face him at least 10 times, so I can have a shot to try to get a hit. He's just a legend, man.
Dude.
I would love to face a Hall of Famer.
Pedro, of course, a Hall of Famer, and then obviously a Red Sox too. So
Yeah.
that's a great pick. That's the second Red Sox we've had pick.
Really?
Matt Swanson wanted to see Big Papi. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
it's the same era.
That's
so
fun.
that's a good
fun.
one. All right, Joshua Baez, thanks for joining us, bro.
Thank you.